everyone. I will try my level best to finish this presentation within 10 minutes. I am from PATH, and I've got four of my colleagues with me here. I've got Dr. Satyavrat Rotre, who is the Medical Director, NTD and Malaria. I've got Dr. Biswal, who is the Technical Advisor for NTD. I've got Dr. Kant Bhatti, who is the National M&E Officer, and Asima Tandon, who is the Program Administrator for this particular project. Our project is basically it tries to understand the feasibility, rationale, and possible effectiveness of integration of mass drug administration for lymphatic filariasis and deworming with the Pulse Polio program. We are doing it in collaboration with Government of Uttar Pradesh, and it will be mainly done in at the national level and in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Now, just to briefly take you through the background of the diseases, India has got a very high burden of LF chronic LF cases of lymphedema and filariasis, lymphedema and hydrocele. The the MDF program was started in 2004, and we cover everyone who is more than 2 years of age, either through a double drug therapy or a triple drug therapy. In double drug therapy, albendazole and DCV is given, and in triple drug, ivermectin is also added. Now, out of 740 districts in India, 257 districts are endemic to LF, and the program happens in these 257 districts. STH, soil transmitted helminths, is again a very big problem in India, and around 68% of children between 1 to 14 years are infected. The deworming program or National Deworming Day was started in 2015, and in this we cover between 1 to 19 years age of people, and we give albendazole. This happens pan India. Polio, as you all must be knowing, India has eliminated polio in 2011, but because the wild polio virus transmission is still going on in Pakistan and Afghanistan, and a lot of transmission of circulating VDPVs are going on elsewhere, India has not stopped the Pulse Polio program. The Pulse Polio program was the biggest household program ever. It was started in 1995, and it has given us tremendous learning, and has taught us how to reach the vulnerable population. Now, in this particular project, we are we think that there is a possibility of full integration of MDAs of LF and STH, and we can partially integrate pulse polio with these MDAs. Now, if I take you to the rationale why I'm saying both the MDAs for LF and STH can be merged, it's because the human resources who are working in the field remains the same. The frontline workers, the ASHAs, the ANMs, the supervisors, the medical officers, they are the same in the field, and the same households in the same communities are visited. Even the target population is very much the same. As I said before, in LF we cover everybody who is more than 2 years of age, and in STH we cover people from 1 to 19 years of age. Albendazole, which is a chemoprophylactic drug for STH, is already part of the MDA campaign for LF. Reaching out to the vulnerable population is the priority, and we believe that integration is not only going to bring operational efficiency and synergy among these campaigns, it is also going to decrease a lot of effort and duplication which is happening in the field. As far as the research questions are concerned, our primary research question is to identify enablers and barriers for integrated delivery of MDA campaigns for these three diseases. And we are not only going to identify the barriers, we are also going to come up with strategies and processes on how to tackle these barriers. And we are also going to identify people at various levels who are going to facilitate in tackling all these barriers. Now, integration is a word which has been used in India for last 3-4 years, but we are at a very nascent stage right now. We don't really understand. Everybody is not on the same page when it comes to integration. So we would also like to describe the differences in definition of integration, implementation of campaign among the stakeholders, and come to a common understanding about integration. The third question would be to identify stakeholders and their roles in various activities like supply chain, capacity building, communication, M&E, etc. We want to identify partners. We want to know what are the role they are going to play, and we want to delegate the activities and delegate the areas rather than the many stakeholders working in the same activities in the same area. We would also like to come up with delegation of different geographies. Now, as far as stakeholders are concerned, we know the health programs we are going to dwell into. The government level, we would be in touch with the national level. The national level is the main entity which makes the guidelines and make all the policies, and all these programs are centrally funded programs. The funds as well as the drugs are supplied from the national level. Then we would be conducting interviews with the state level, with the district level, with the block level to get ideas from all these people. Then the implementation partners for this project in these activities are Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program, which runs MDA for LF. Then Department of Immunization, which is involved in pulse polio, Department of Education, and Department of Women and Child Health, which are kind of involved in both MDA for LF as well as MDA for STH. Other stakeholders, WHO is the main organization which is helping the campaigns out in STH as well as in LF as well as in pulse polio. PATH is helping out in LF. Evidence Action is very much involved in STH. PCIA and GSH, they are involved in social mobilization and communication at various levels. Now, what are the enabling and hindering factors we foresee? Now, in enabling factors, we have a mechanism of a very good interdepartmental collaboration, but unfortunately, that is not being used. The the campaigns are very vertical. The reviews and monitoring happen, but as they are vertical, there is no interdepartmental collaboration in that. The partners' roles are basically defined. The beneficiaries are the same because the target and the communities are the same. So the microplanning processes remain the same, and community participation is quite good. In hindering factor, there are a lot of duplication of activities which happens in the field. There is literally no communication between the vertical programs. Whatever communication that is there, it is at the field level because the people who are working for the campaigns remain the same. As far as the frequency and timing of the campaigns are concerned, that is different. MDA happens in a district only once. The MDA for LF, I mean, and MDA for STH happens twice. And it happens, the campaigns happen depending upon the availability of the drugs and the vaccine. So the timings of the campaigns are different. Then hindering factor, capacity building, logistics and commodity management, and the data management, especially recording and reporting, we do believe that they are going to be hindering factors when we start touching them. Now, what are the approaches we project? We would like to do in-depth interviews and focus group discussion with program managers and implementers at various levels, including the stakeholders. We would like to have integrated approach of planning through use of only one set of data, and that set of data should be shared across different platforms. Then planning of the activities should be done together. The capacity building for LF as well as for STH should be done at one platform. Communication activities should be integrated. There should be joint monitoring done for the activities using only one checklist, and uh, because one high priority area for one campaign is also a high priority area for another campaign. So implementation and monitoring is will remain good if we can come up with a joint list of priority areas. What we believe is that we would definitely be trying to share our results through publications and reports, and we would also like to look at different aspects depending upon the resources we have to spread whatever we can come out with, and we would also like to take up our findings and our strategies and share it with government so that it can be translated at some other place. Thank you very much.